All right, on location in a spot in Wisconsin here. This river here was kind of a hike into. I have my gloves, I have to put them in my backpack. I don't want to, there's too much itchweed around here and poison ivy and stuff, and I don't want to get all over my hands. So the only way to do so, wear some gloves until I get to the stream. And here I am. I may have to pull them out again, who knows, if we have to get out around some obstruction or something, but yeah, here we are. And we're gonna start out today with, you guessed it, I'm trying the giant rip and wrap. On the way down here, hiking back in the woods, I could see the creek, and there was some nice sized brown trout up here, kind of up down that way somewhere. And you guys will see that eventually here. And I don't know if I'm gonna catch them, but we're sure gonna give it a shot. If anything's gonna work, that rip and wrap, so it's gonna do it. Fun part here is gonna be, I gotta get out here around all this stuff, and hopefully it's not a big mud puddle. It probably is. And then get out to the middle to where we can wade in that sandy area out there. So, all right, wish me luck. Here comes the fun part.
Many minutes later.
We kicked off the camera and decided to just kind of hike up in here a little ways up the stream. Go around a bunch of stuff in the stream, make things a little easier. Because behind us it's just a mess once you get down there a little ways. Right through here it ain't so bad, but I'm just trying to truck up the stream to get up farther to where I'm not seeing as many people tracks. I figure there might be more fish, but then again, who knows with this stream, what's going on right now. I've been walking quite a bit. I've been seeing fish, but I haven't been catching anything, so don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. Tricky spot to fish, I'm telling you. Fish on, boys and girls, fish on. We got one. What do we got here? All right, it's a nice one, whatever it is. I think it's a brown trout. All right, first fish of the day is a brown trout. All I had is a rip and wrap on, a spinner on this whole time. And I decided, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm throwing a minnow on there. Let's get that rip and wrap. It's always working so good lately. And we tried out. There we go. Rip and wrap. Look at the size of that guy. He's not a bad fish, you know. He's pretty. He looks really good. Look at the spots on him. All right, camera on. I sure hope so. It is. And his battery's going dead pretty soon. So yeah, there we go. All right, hold on, dude. You know the drill. You look like you've been here a little while. All right. Here we go. Rip and wraps out. Here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No. Oh, there he went. Free as a bird now.
The next day.
It's always the fun part. Getting through the grass. I tell you. A few more weeks and all this starts dying off. I can't wait. Phew. Be careful. If I get too close to the edge here, we're going for a swim. And everything in here is gonna know we're here. That's the last thing we want to do this second. Okay. Whew. Wow. I see about 3 dozen trout, kind of like right up straight ahead from there. I can pull this right down through them here. I bet you none of them bite. And I can see them all right there, right where it's going at right now. I can see the lure going right through them, and they're not even remotely doing nothing. And we're talking really, really skittish little trout. Look at them all. They are just stacked in that spot. And I just pulled a spinner through there and did absolutely nothing. Yeah, this is terrible. This isn't even worth fishing down here, I don't think. We're gonna try up ahead a little bit, turn around, come back out. That's all we can do. This is looking pretty bad. All right, spot number, well, it's 2 today and 3 altogether. Spot here. That first spot was just the water was so shallow. I didn't see really any fish activity, and what fish activity I did see was like 50 fish all sitting in little pods, not biting on nothing, not doing anything, not interested in anything. So I'm hoping that here in this spot, that maybe, just maybe, I can catch a fish or two. All right, dudes and dudettes, I don't think anything's gonna happen until I pass those waterfalls, because I'm walking through this long stretch here and I haven't seen fish over there. Problem is that all they're doing is just constantly moving upstream to get away from me. So every cast I'm making is pretty much worthless unless I get to a spot where there is some fish that are clueless that I'm even here. So I don't know. Let's try it over there for a second. I'll pull it back out of there for a second, see what happens. It's about, whoa, fish on, boys and girls, fish on. We actually got a fish finally. Holy Toledo, I hope I can get them to the net. I hope I can get them over here. This stupid single hook, sometimes I get them and sometimes they just jump off like they're doing right there. Oh no, I lost my net. Oh well, there goes that. All right, guys, there we go. All right, check him out. Woohoo! Brownie. I got another fish. Well, this is ridiculous. My net came off my backpack here at some point, got hung up, and vanished on me. And now I have to turn around and go back because I'm thinking it's probably on that hillside over there where I climbed up. And if not, I don't know where it is. It could be anywhere in this water now. I walked up quite a ways, and I don't know. I just noticed it missing.
20 minutes later.
There it is. I know it's that simple. That's me being stupid, unreal. And I didn't lose it. I'm going back. I'm going back up.
20 minutes later.
Yeah, we got a major problem with our stuff today. Gear malfunctions, and it is what it is. There's a big fish that jumped way up there where I was just at too. A big old brown trout, guaranteed. There's another one that just jumped right there in front of me. So we're tossing a tiny little silver or tiny little gold lure on right now, and it's producing. So I'm just gonna keep doing it until it doesn't work anymore, I guess.
20 minutes later.
Fish on, boys and girls, fish on. Got another one. All right, if I can get them over here to the shore, we're all set. All right, probably another brown trout. Sure is, check that out, another brownie. Get my hands wet real quick. There we go, camera on. Better be, look at that guy. Whoo, he's just bouncing around like everywhere. All right, we don't even need a net for you. You're kind of just barely hooked in your lip. And you just threw it that fast too. All right, there we go, dudes and dudettes and people of YouTube land. Another little small brown trout. That seems to be about what we're doing today. Nothing better than that, I guess. Just a small little puny guy. Hey, say hello to everybody. All right, we'll get him back in the river. Here we go. Oh, there he goes. He just shot out there right away. Woo, gone. All right. That was fun. What a rocky disaster. Yeah, there's fish in there. It's just not a, user-friendly stream as far as walking. Lots of big rocks.
The next day.
It's been a very frustrating week trying to find any time to get out to the trout stream. I've been so busy, I haven't had any time to really get out. I've had a couple short little chances to get out, and when I took them, they weren't the greatest of places, or it was just the wrong time of day. Really sunny out. First spot that I went to, on the first part of the video, was up in this really popular area that's really not too far from my house. So I figured I'd go give it a shot. I don't really ever fish this river, so I really don't know what's up there. But I know that if I got past that public area and where I got less and less traffic, where I could see less and less people's trail, then maybe I'd get better for fishing. And now I found out why. I got up in there a ways, and they started getting really silty and muddy bottoms. I mean, we're talking all the way across the stream. So if you were on a bad section to cross right here, because there was like too much tall grass or whatever else going on, and you wanted to get to the other side where there was a better, you know, lane of traffic to get out of there or get to where you wanted to go, it was impossible. The water, every time I would step into it, it'd go past my knees, and I'd have to like try to, oh my God, and grab a hold of a tree and try to pull myself out because I felt like I was never going to get out. So I kept on going up in there a little bit farther. I went up there a little bit farther, and all I did happen is there's this area where these two pastures come together, and all these cows and bulls, they cross this section to go from both sides of the, you know, from one pasture to the other. Of course, that section is all kind of, you know, sandy with like little pebbles in there, so it was easy to cross for them at least. That was the one section that was where it was solid. But anyways, when I got up there to that spot, this was kind of a wide section. It was like probably turned my truck sideways. That was like pretty wide going through there. But it doesn't really matter. Anyways, there was like 30, I'd say, bulls and cows that were all kind of stacked up back in that back section back there, and they were just like, they weren't moving. They were like in the water, and they were like doing whatever they were doing, splashing around, having fun. And here I am walking around thinking, how am I going to get past this? The fence from the landowner put out goes this far from the bottom of the ground, so there's like, and that was all the way up. It was a nice fence too, like they had been repairing it quite often to make sure that nobody would walk through there. But anyways, it was like this low to the ground. I couldn't even get on my back or shimmy underneath it in any place or form without ruining my waders and all my stuff. Figured, heck with it. Walked back to the truck. By the time I got back to the truck, it was dark. So, whatever. Caught one fish. That was all that mattered. I caught something, so it justified going there. Otherwise, that was terrible. So then I go and leave there the next day. I go to one of these popular spots I haven't been to in a while because I haven't any clue what it was looking like out there. I seen a video from another guy, and it looked like the water levels were in better shape than where I was. When the area where I went to, it was like this deep, and there was a few big pools, but the problem was these big pools, the water was so clear, and with the sun being out, and there was like probably 100 fish in some of these spots, and they were different sizes. Some were pretty nice. Problem was that they weren't biting on anything, and the minute you threw your lure in there, which I threw this little rapala in there, and it landed on the water, and as soon as it sunk, that countdown hit the bottom, every fish in that spot just went wee in every direction outside of the outer rim of the hole, and they basically just kind of hovered there until I left. And the minute I left, it went shoop back in there again. And I walked past it, and I was walking upstream. Every fish from upstream that was in that area was going shoom and shooting down on this side and this side, and me going down where those other fish were. I was saying, this is terrible. So I walked in there a little ways, and I said, I walked about a city block and said, I'm not doing this. I'm going to go somewhere else. I still had daylight. So I shot way over to this little town called Martell, and there was like 5 cars in the parking lot. I figured, I'm not going in this one. This is going to just be a mess. So I shot out of there and went south a little ways. I found the next town down, and there was nobody there. And I had never been there before, and I never walked in that stream, so I had no clue. But I'm sure there was fish there, but I was like, well, let's give it a shot. So I got down and walked down there, and the whole stream all the way up was nothing but solid rocks. Just all these little small cobbles, it was slimy. So every time you stepped on one, you're doing this weird dance trying to get through these little spots. I get over halfway up into the spot where I want to be, and I realized, geez, I forgot my net. I don't know where it is. Either that or I lost it. And I was freaking out thinking, oh no, I dropped it off and it was floating downstream somewhere. And I was going to have to go on Amazon and order one. Well, geez, I didn't want to deal with all that. So, whatever. So I walked back to the truck, and for, I don't know, some reason or other, I don't even know how to explain it. I left it in the back seat. So when I left the truck, I usually have a checkpoint, a checklist, basically, not checkpoint, but checklist of different things that I do before I head out. And apparently, reaching down and seeing if my net was stuck to my side wasn't one of those on the checklist. So apparently I forgot. So I'm like, who go figure that one out. So I walked back, got the net, walked back up in there and who knows, the fish were starting to bite. Maybe I'll catch a whole bunch, but instead I just caught one. I got frustrated. I walked up a little farther. I checked my trout routes app to figure out how far I had to go to get to the next bridge, depending upon what time it was and the level of darkness had started to settle in, and realized there was no way I was going to make it to the next bridge. So hey, I turned around and got the heck out of there. That was terrible too, just walking back downstream, slipping on all the rocks all the way back out. I was hoping I'd make it up and I didn't have to. I could have got up on the bank and then walked back to the truck on solid ground. I've been all happy, but yeah, it never works out like that. It never works out like that. Once in a blue moon it does, but not very often. Anyways, it's gonna be head over here, it's gonna be a playlist over here. Go check out the tips, tricks, and techniques, the places I fish in the driftless, places I go, the fun that I have, and the fish that I don't catch. I don't know, it's just a bad week. Next week will get better. It's starting to cool off, and you know, there's some storms coming, a bunch of rain, so I'm hoping that it'll start filling up some of these streams that are really low. So anyways, I guess I'll talk to you on the next episode. Again, head, playlist, and I will talk to you next week. Hopefully, I got a better video.